Hey everyone, welcome back to Secret Sonics. This is Mix Notes number 7. The topic for today's episode is these are a few of my favorite things, the Saturator Edition. So today I thought I'd talk about a few of my favorite saturators and I'd show you how they work and what I'm using them for. Yeah, so the first one that I'd love to talk about, and this is one I use probably the most of all of them, is the Black Box HG2 by Plugin Alliance, which I'm a little afraid to show you because it keeps crashing my DAW with OS Ventura. So Plugin Alliance, if you are listening, please update your software. But the first thing I'll show it to you on is the drums. So check out, this is the track I used last time. This is my buddy Yerachmiel's song, My Boys. So I figured here's the drums and I'll kind of take the black box in and out. This is with everything in. I'll take out the black box HG2 on the drums. Man. Back in. So much more like depth and oomph and everything. And so I'll just kind of put the bass and the drums on together now, and you can kind of hear what the HG2 is doing for both of these things. This is with both of them in. And then I'll take them out. Everything just feels a little bit lamer, not as full, not as rich. Pop it back in, and we have the fullness and the richness again. So in the context of the track, that's what this sounds like.
Please come home to me, 'cause I have a hole in my heart as large as a galaxy.
Again, yeah, this plugin is crazy. I'll have it so you could see it, but hopefully it won't crash my DAW. It's just adds so much depth, and I really find it works great on everything like that. I want to kind of add a little bit more of that like dirty analog-y kind of saturation. It works great on drums, bass, vocals, like literally everything. I'll show it on the vocal bus, which is also adding a ton of depth on this track specifically. So this is the lead vocal with the black box, and then I will take it out. So this is the black box.
Home to your father. Your shining faces are in other places.
Oh my God, I take it out and it's just limp.
Only getting farther.
So it adds so much depth, so much warmth in the context of the mix. I'll play it for you.
I have a hole in my heart as large as a galaxy.
I'll take it out now and I'll play that clip again. Back in. So clearly it's adding volume, but it's also adding so much depth and richness and warmth. So I love this plugin. Everybody should go check it out. The next thing I'm going to show you on this track is OG. You can't go wrong with the decapitator. And here specifically, I'll show it to you on the parallel bass channel. So this is the bass. And so I made a double exactly of that, and I added a decapitator on, and this is what that sounds like. And together. So now we have a bass that has that kind of mid-range kind of presence. And I'll show you the decapitator classic.
Getting farther. I have a hole in my...
So I'm just kind of driving it. It's wet all the way because it's in parallel, and then I just lowered the gain on the fader until it felt like a good amount. Not the gain, but I just lowered the fader until it felt like a good amount of bass drive. So I'll just do it with just the drums. I'll do drum and bass, and I'll play you the bass with and without the decapitator so you can hear the difference. Without the decapitator. With. Right, so it adds this great mid-range growl that, you know, helps the bass kind of poke out of the speakers and just do that thing that it does, which is so great. So decapitator is a classic saturator. Everyone has to use it, right? Everybody uses it. Okay, that's the saturator for you. The next thing I'm going to show you on this track is I'm gonna call this saturation. It's tape saturation. Is the virtual tape machines from Slate Digital. I'll just show you this on the drums, how much it adds to the track. This is with the tape saturation. Without it. With it. I mean, it just jumps through the speaker so much better. There's so much more depth and warmth and fatness and smack. So I love this tape saturator. I use it all the time. It works so great on drums, also on bass, on everything. Let's do the electric guitars. I'll show you what's happening here with the tape with the virtual tape sim and then without it. So these guitars as they are with the tape. Without it. Again, same thing with the guitars as it does with the drums. It pushes it forward, gives it that extra oomph, extra depth, extra grit, extra aliveness. So I love the virtual tape sim. I'm going for a tape saturator specifically. Okay, everyone, so the next plugin I'm going to show you is BB Tubes from Waves. I know Waves has a bad rep, but this is actually a great plugin. And I know it's doing a very simple thing. It's just kind of boosting even an odd order harmonics. I think that's what's happening, but it works really, really well. So this is a track called 23 by an artist I'm working with named Malky Levine. I'll just play you the song, the chorus really quickly, and then I'll kind of solo the drums. So again, I have the black box and the virtual tape machine on these drums as well, but I'm going to just, I'll take the BB Tubes in and out. Out. In. Woo! It's just adding so much depth and oomph and punch, similar to the black box, but in I would say a slightly prettier way. Like I would say, like the black box has more of like that gritty saturation, and the BB Tubes has more of that pretty saturation thing. Yeah, it's doing so much for these drums right here. And I'll show you also. I mean, I'll just play it a little bit more, right? Without it, with it. If I take out all three saturators, the BB Tubes, the black box, and the virtual tape machines, I mean, come on, it's no question. Everything. Yeah. I'll show you the BB Tubes also on the vocalist. This is the vocals. In the woods, now I'm bleeding. I'm letting everyone get under my skin. Right, so I'll take out the BB Tubes. In the woods, now I'm bleeding. Pop it back in. In the woods, now I'm bleeding. Basically, it adds a lot of like nice low mids to her voice, which adds a lot of richness and prettiness. And so, like, I really like what this plugin is doing in terms of saturating her vocal specifically. And I'll play you in the context of the mixed as well. Without it now. Back in. Yeah, so I really love this saturator. It's really great. Everyone should go check it out, even if we don't like Waves and their business model. So the last saturator that I wanted to talk about today is a brand new one from my buddy Noam Levenberg, who's a former guest of the Secret Sonics. It's called the Gorilla Drive by Safari Pedals. And Noam is actually offering 20% off to listeners of Secret Sonics if you go check the link in the bio and use the coupon code. I think it's Secret Sonics 20 for 20% off of this or any other plugins. And you could also try it out. Free 14-day trial. And this thing is a beast. I mean, like, look at the picture, but it's if you're watching on YouTube, but it's a total beast. And I'll kind of show it to you. This is kind of just like a beat I was messing around with, and I could just show it to you on bass and drums here specifically. So I'll show you the kick drum. I added some other things to it, so I will do it before adding the other things. I'll show you what this kick drum sounded like before and after the Gorilla Drive. So this is before the Gorilla Drive. Right? If I add the Gorilla Drive, this is what it does. Man, like, enough said. Like, it just adds this like energy and low end oomph and also a little bit of growl. I ended up tweaking this a little further. Added some smack attack and some EQ, and this is what I got. And now I'll show it to you on the rest of the drum kit, which is just all on one track. So I'll show you the Gorilla Drive on this one. So let's take out the Gorilla Drive now. In. So this is like the hi-hats and the snare, and just this is kind of tone in the middle. You could dial in the input or the output. This is 100% blended. Yeah, it just adds this nice grit and depth and an awesomeness. So you guys got to check out this Gorilla Drive thing. And on the bass, this is with that Kniff synth from Plugin Alliance. Without the Gorilla Drive. With it. Again, like instantly more depth. Anyways, I hope you like that. These are 5 saturators that I'm using all the time. I hope you guys dug it. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube. If there's or you could just DM me if you're listening on to the podcast. You could send me a message on Instagram of maybe a saturator that I'm missing or better ways to use these saturators, or if you did like which saturators I'm using and if maybe you're going to take a stab at them. That's it for now, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and keep me posted about your mixes. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Secret Sonics. If you've been digging the show, it would be awesome if you could share this episode or your favorite episode with a friend or two, and or leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcatcher of choice. That's it for now. Have a great week. Take care and dig in. See you soon. Bye-bye.